Good afternoon. You may be seated. As we begin today's program, please silence your phones and other devices. Thank you. We are thrilled to welcome you to this special annual celebration where we honor our veterans and highlight the vital role of American education. I'm Asia Hillica.
And I'm Joey Hoppy. Today, we unite to pay tribute to the brave men and women who have served in our country with unwavering dedication and to recognize the importance of education in shaping our nation's future.
We would like to express our gratitude to the veterans here today. Later in the program, we will honor all veterans by asking them to stand and be recognized according to their branch of service.
At this time, let us take a moment to remember the veterans in our lives and community who have passed away, especially those who have passed away during the past year. Our own senior band member, Wade Hutta, will now play taps as we pay our silent respects.
We remember and thank those who have passed away after dedicating their time to the defense of our country. Thank you, Wade, for playing taps for us.
The National Education Association has celebrated American Education Week since 1921, with the American Legion as a co-sponsor. It takes place the week before Thanksgiving each year, and each day of the week has its own theme, celebrating everyone who contributes to public education: teachers, administrators, bus drivers, cafeteria staff, custodians, and many others. This year, American Education Week will be observed November 17th through the 21st, continuing a century-old tradition of highlighting public education and bringing together educators, students, families, and communities to support quality learning for every child.
This year's theme is Together for Safe, Just, and Equitable Schools. You can find more about this information by visiting the National Education Association's website. Quality public education is possible because of the freedoms we share as Americans, freedoms protected by the men and women of our armed forces. We are honored to dedicate today's program to remembering and appreciating our nation's veterans.
Each morning, we recite the Pledge of Allegiance at our school. These are meaningful words to all Americans. At this time, our kindergarten students will recite the Pledge of Allegiance in honor of our great flag and the ideals it represents. Please stand and listen as the kindergarten students say the Pledge of Allegiance.
ladies of American Legion Auxiliary Unit 456 will now present each kindergarten student with their own American flag. Thank you, kindergarten students, along with your teachers, Mrs. Crabb and Mrs. Strayer, and the ladies of the auxiliary.
Next, our second grade students will share a poem titled, "Thank You, Veterans." Thank you to our second graders and their teachers, Mrs. Connor and Mrs. Oyster.
Just as our second graders use their voice to express their gratitude to our veterans, our high school students use their voice to share their own reflections about Veterans Day and the people that this day honors.
Nearly 80% of our 7th through 12th graders personally know a veteran, most often parents, grandparents, uncles, great-grandparents, cousins, and siblings. Some mention neighbors, family friends, older friends, or classmates and coworkers. Many students also mention Mrs. Trudy Krecklaw, a longtime school paraprofessional and now substitute teacher, as veteran who they know.
We will now hear from the senior high choir, performing Stan Spotswood's We Are the Voice. The composer wrote this about his inspiration. In the climate of today's world, there are many voices. These voices are speaking about the events and activities that address issues of race, religion, and culture. Many times, children become the victim of the crossfire of words spoken through the mouths of angry adults. But if our society is to be reconciled, if we are to be healed, what better way than through music? Music brings people together from every culture, every race, and every religion.
The song says, "There's a voice rising from the earth, the seed of tomorrow longing for a new birth." The composer adds, "When children sing, perhaps adults will listen and put away their fears, which cause them to be angry." We Are the Voice is not just a song, but a sound. It is a voice of hope for the future. Please enjoy the senior high choir's performance of We Are the Voice.
Thank you, Senior High Choir. Children truly are the future of our nation, and their voices will help shape the path of our country. As a part of his history classes, Mr. Travis Osby asked his students to write essays responding to the question, how are you showing patriotism and support for our country? The same theme as this year's Voice of Democracy and Patriots Pen contests. The Americanism Committee selected 2 essays to be shared with us today. Please welcome Amelia Johnson and Samantha Kurzenberger to the podium.
We are Americans. There's no doubt about that. We live in one of the 50 states, recite the Pledge of Allegiance every morning at school, and sing the Star-Spangled Banner before every game. On the 4th of July, we light fireworks and proudly wear red, white, and blue. Yet beyond these familiar traditions lies a deeper question. What truly unites us as one nation? Why do we continue these rituals every year, passing them down from one generation to the next, as if they are threads weaving us into the quilt of who we are? It all started with the people, men and women who journeyed from countries afar, seeking freedom, opportunity, and a fresh new start. From the early settlers who dared to explore the unknown shores of the 13 colonies, to the immigrants who traveled centuries later through Ellis Island, America became a place of promise and reinvention. The founding ideals of liberty, equality, and democracy drew people from all over the world, creating what we call now the melting pot. As people grew into cities and colonies, into states, we built not just a nation, but a shared identity, one shaped by struggle, progress, and ongoing pursuit of a prosperous tomorrow. But our nation's strength didn't come from the beginnings alone. It came through the courage and dedication of countless Americans who helped shape and defend our democracy. Leaders and visionaries, like the founding fathers who drafted the Constitution, and reformers who fought tirelessly for justice, equality, and civil rights, carried the torch of freedom forward. Inventors, educators, and workers, all who built our schools, our railroads, and our factories, their determination and unity helped turn the American dream into something real and reachable for generations to come. And when that dream was threatened, brave soldiers stepped forward to defend it, whether serving in the Army, Marine Corps, Navy, Air Force, Space Force, or Coast Guard. These women and men risked their lives to defend the freedoms that define us. They not only safeguarded our borders, but also the ideals upon which nations stand. From the battlefields of the Revolution to the shores of Normandy, from the jungles of Vietnam to the deserts of the Middle East. Their courage and sacrifice have written the story of America's resilience. We honor those whose names remain unknown, yet whose bravery echoes through time. Their relentless ambition and dedication reminds us that freedom is never free. It's earned, protected, and passed on through every generation, willing to stand for what is right. So this brings me to another question. How are you showing your patriotism and support for our country? I can show my patriotism and support for our country not only through words, but through actions, by respecting the flag, honoring those who serve, and appreciating the freedoms we are fortunate to have. Take pride in learning about America's history and the people who shaped it, because understanding where we came from helps me value what we have today. Stand for the national anthem, give thanks to veterans, and participate in community service to make positive differences in my area of the nation. Patriotism isn't just about the waving flag. It's about living out the values of unity, respect, and responsibility every day. By doing your part, no matter what, no matter how small, help carry forward the spirit of America, the same spirit that has inspired generations to dream, fight, and to believe in a better tomorrow. Thank you.
How I show patriotism and support for my country. Growing up in a military household, I learned that patriotism extends far beyond celebrating national holidays or owning the American flag. I was taught to show my appreciation towards those who have served in the military, risking their lives to keep us safe and protect our freedoms. One of the most meaningful ways my family and I show our patriotism is by taking the time to thank veterans we encounter, those who proudly wear hats or pins to mark the service and sacrifices. I didn't fully grasp the significance of those in uniform until one day when I was younger, I met a man in a wheelchair wearing a veteran hat. He had lost an arm and both legs in the line of duty. I thanked him for his service, and he sort of went off script by not just saying the usual thank you, but instead he shared with me a powerful phrase I will never forget. He said, "Freedom isn't free, it costs an arm and a couple of legs, but for our country it's worth it." This statement changed my understanding of sacrifice and service. Today I make it a point to thank every veteran I meet and listen to their stories, not just as a routine gesture, but as a way I show gratitude for their sacrifices made for our country. They are why I proudly say the Pledge of Allegiance with my hand over my heart, because it's not just a saying, it's about all of us united as one. Their sacrifices have given me freedom to share my thoughts and opinions with you in English today. In addition to honoring veterans, patriotism is also manifested in the kindness we show our fellow citizens. Simple acts such as holding doors open for one another, picking up trash off the street, thanking our bus drivers, treating classmates and teachers with respect show a sense of community and personal pride. But this respect is not reserved solely for those who have worn military uniforms. It extends to all Americans who take pride in their country and strive for prosperity. Having been surrounded by the military my whole life, I witnessed firsthand what true patriotism looks like. Every day on the military base at 5 o'clock, everyone paused for a moment of silence as retreat played over the loudspeakers, marking the end of the duty day. This ritual serves as an important reminder of the shared values and sacrifices that unite us as a nation. Reflecting on those experiences, I've come to the understanding that patriotism is woven into the very fabric of our everyday lives. It transcends mere acknowledgement of the past and also involves nurturing a community where kindness and respect are in everyone you meet. By showing appreciation for our veterans and supporting each other, we contribute to a legacy of hope and resilience. Ultimately, being patriotic means actively participating in a future where every citizen could lead a happy, healthy life. In this shared journey, we find meaning not only in our individual actions, but also our collective commitment to our own ideals of freedom and unity. So when someone asks me how I show patriotism, I do that through my gratitude of all my family members who've served in their country in uniform. I show it when I participate in military ceremonies such as promotions and retirements. I'm full of pride when I watch them receive awards for their valor and dedication to our future. To me, patriotism is being able to one day follow in my family's footsteps and join them in service to our great nation and continue to make them and my country proud.
In a questionnaire sent out to our high schoolers, 83% of the respondents observe or learn about Veterans Day in a school and at assemblies like this. 30% of the students credit social media or news as a source of information about Veterans Day. 18% said that they have family traditions that help them honor veterans on this day.
It is an honor that our school is able to have this program every year to honor all of our veterans, living or deceased, during peacetime or war, stateside and overseas.
Veterans continue to serve our country long after their military service ends. Two important veteran organizations, the American Legion and the American Legion Auxiliary, also support education by providing opportunities like Boys State and Girls State. These programs, held each June, allow high school juniors to learn about government firsthand by electing officials and running their own mock cities and states. Minnesota Boys State is held at St. John's University and Minnesota Girls State at Bethel University.
That is great information, Joey. Not only do our veterans defend our nation, but they also invest in its future by supporting youth education. We're thankful for organizations like the VFW, American Legion, and Auxiliary for their ongoing service. Any juniors interested in Boys or Girls State can speak with Mrs. Kern or a Legion or Auxiliary member for more information.
Education is a cornerstone of our democracy. It equips us to make informed decisions and build a brighter future. Success in education requires teamwork, teachers, administration, staff, parents, community members, and extended family members all working together.
It's a tradition at this program to recognize staff members who have served our school for a significant number of years. Please welcome Student Council members Olivia Brunel and Miley Westberg, who will present certificates of service to this year's honorees.
As student body representatives, we would like to recognize staff members who have completed a milestone number of years of service to Sebeka School. Every 5 years, staff members are publicly recognized for their dedication to the education of students here in Sebeka. If today's certificate recipients are present today and wish to be publicly recognized at this time, please come down when your name is called to receive your certificate. For 5 years here at Sebeka School, receiving awards are Andrea Amundsen, Greg Bernstetter, Raina Connor, Laura Grotberg, Sherry Kaufman, and Tom Kumpa. For 10 years of service, receiving his award is Marv Radetsky. Ronnie Lee receives her certificate today for 15 years of service to the district. For 20 years of service to the Sebeka district, receiving her certificate today is Rachel Kern. Carrie Carlson and Laura Kimball received their certificates for 25 years of service to Sebeka School. Today, Dee Dykoff receives her certificate for an impressive 30 years of service to the Sebeka School community. Last and certainly not least at all, we honor Al McGraw today for his having worked at Sebeka School as a bus driver for 50 years. Thank you to all of these wonderfully dedicated staff members. We students greatly appreciate all you do for us at Sebeka School.
Thank you, Olivia and Miley. The dedication of these staff members to Sebeka School and our community is greatly appreciated. Congratulations to all who were recognized today.
As many of you who have been at our school often know, it was noted several years ago that many employees of Sebeka School spend most, if not all, of their careers here. It has been tradition to recognize those staff members in a permanent and honorable way.
To honor their service, staff members who retire or leave after 25 or more years have an apple hung on the apple trees of recognition, located above the coat racks near the north entrance by the 1957 gym. Last spring, Bruce Kinnunen, one of our bus drivers, parked his bus for the last time after 34 years of safely transporting students.
We deeply appreciate Bruce's dedication, time, and care for Sebeka students and staff over those many years. Our 5th grade class will now present the Armed Forces Medley with information about each branch of the United States military. During the medley, we ask all veterans to stand and be recognized when their branch's song is played.
The United States military has a rich history that dates back centuries. Ever since the country began, the need to protect civilians and the nation's interests as a whole have been a priority. Over time, the military turned into 6 separate branches, with each one having its own active duty and reserve members. These people go through an intense training to ensure that they can meet the physical, mental, and emotional requirements for anyone who wants to protect America. These 6 branches include the Army, Navy, Marines, Coast Guard, Air Force, and the newest addition, Space Force. Together, they investigate threats against Americans and their allies, defending against them on land, in or underwater, and in the air. Although they have common goals, these branches are very different organizations with unique rules, requirements, and functions. Here is a brief history of each branch. Army. The United States Army is the oldest service branch of the military. It was formed in 1775 by the Second Continental Congress with the task of protecting freedom of the 13 colonies. Starting out small, it has evolved into one of the world's most powerful entities. The Army is the largest of the service branch and is charged with the awesome task of protecting Americans' freedom both at home and abroad, ensuring the safety of our homeland and defending democracy all over the world. They also have the responsibility of providing support to other services to help them complete their missions and support civil authorities in times of emergency.
The Navy serves as the naval warfare branch of the United States Armed Services. It is the seaborne branch of military. The U.S. Navy possesses the world's largest carrier fleet and is larger in terms of fleet tonnage than the next 13 of the world's navies combined. The United States Navy was established on October 13, 1775, by the Continental Congress, creating the Continental Navy. Marine Corps, the United States Marine Corps. The United States Marine Corps was established on November 10, 1775, with the founding of the Continental Marines to engage in ship-to-ship battle, to provide security on the country's naval fleet and assist with landing forces. The Marines purpose to be the nation's rapid response force in all things from humanitarian relief efforts to combat operations on all fronts, air, land, and sea. Coast Guard. The United States Coast Guard was formed as a result of a merger of the Revenue Cutter and the United States Life-Saving Service on January 28, 1915. The mission of Coast Guard is to perform three primary roles. The roles include maritime safety, maritime security, and maritime stewardship. These roles are broken down further into statutory missions, which include, but are not limited to, search and rescue, fisheries, law enforcement, marine, environmental protection, securing ports and waterways, drug interdiction, and defense readiness.
Air Force. The United States Air Force, which was originally part of the United States Army, became a separate branch of the military on September 18, 1947, as a result of the National Security Act of 1947. The Air Force is an aerial warfare service branch of the United States Armed Forces. This is the world's largest air force as well as one of the most technological advanced. The mission of the Air Force is to fly, fight, and win in air, space, and hyperspace. Space Force. This branch was started in December 2019 under the National Defense Authorization Act for 2020. Although the Space Force is considered a separate branch of the military, it operates under the restriction of the Secretary of the Air Force. The goal of the Space Force is to protect American interests in space. Specifically, it considers protection of the U.S. from space while in space. With only 2,500 active duty members, it is the smallest branch of the armed services. We are now going to play the Armed Forces Service Hymns. Being it is newer, we have included the Space Force hymn this year, although we do not have a sign for it. We would like our veterans to please stand while your branch hymn is being played so we can honor your dedication to our country. Thank you for all you do.
Shout, counter marching all about, and those caissons go rolling along. For it's high, high in the field artillery. Count out the numbers on a strong 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. And wherever you go, you will always know that those caissons go rolling along.
Thank you to our fifth graders and their teacher, Mr. Meyer, for your participation.
The Voice of Democracy program is a national patriotic audio essay contest sponsored by the Veterans of Foreign Wars and its Ladies Auxiliary. Each year, nearly 25,000 9th through 12th grade students from across the country enter to win their share of more than $1 million in educational scholarships and incentives awarded through the program. Locally, students in grades 9 through 12 from Wadena Deer Creek, Verndale, Bertha Hewitt, Sebeka, and Staples Motley schools were eligible to enter.
Entrants write and record a 3 to 5 minute essay on the theme, "How are you showing patriotism and support for our country?" This year's Sebeka School winner is Violet Lins, who received a certificate and a $150 cash award. Congratulations, Violet. Please welcome her and to share her winning essay.
Most of the time, if someone explains what patriotism means to them, they would most likely say that it is these big moments when an American flag is waved, the national anthem is sung, or those who serve in the military or are deployed to protect our country are honored. However, in my opinion, it is still a little bit of the same, but it is also so much more than that. A person's love for his or her country is also reflected in the pride we bring to the way we treat each other, support those around us, and respect our community. For me, patriotism starts with respect first. In my opinion, toward the people who came before us, who built and fought for this country. Being responsible and treating others fairly are all ways of showing pride in where we live. To me, that's what the idea of liberty and justice for all really means, doing my best to live out those values every day. One other manner of showing my patriotism is through helping others. I feel that one of the most important ways of loving one's country is to care for those around them, whether it be volunteering or helping out a neighbor or even just being kind to people on rough days. Those actions count significantly. For example, like helping out around my school, supporting events happening in the community, and checking up on friends are ways I give back. I think being informed and involved is another important part of being patriotic. I do like to stay aware of what's going on inside the country and have an opinion on these issues. When it's time, I plan on voting and making my voice heard for any ideas I believe in. It's also great talking about the issues that concern me, even the ones that give a feel of contribution to something more greater than just myself. And last but not least, I am patriotic because I stay hopeful. Our country isn't perfect, and sometimes it's easy to focus on what's going wrong. Still, I look at what's possible. If we keep working together, respecting each other, and not giving up trying to make things better, then we can continue getting closer to perfection. In the end, for me, it has nothing to do with perfection. Patriotism means trying to care enough. It is respecting, giving help when needed, being informed, and believing in what's still good in our country. That's how I show patriotism and support for America, by choosing each day to do my part, even in small ways, to make it better. Thank you.
Thank you, Violet, and congratulations again. According to their website, the VFW's mission is to foster camaraderie among United States veterans of overseas conflicts, to serve our veterans, the military, and our communities, and to advocate on behalf of all veterans. Their members are also dedicated to promoting patriotism and investing in future generations.
We'll now conclude our program with the patriotic sing-along. Senior choir members Colleen Malone and Anna Moses will lead us in the singing, while Mrs. Johnson directs the senior high band. Senior choir members Kaylee Ashman and Riley Kreider will join in leading the national anthem at the end. Please stand and lift your voices as we sing songs that celebrate our American heritage. The lyrics are printed on the back of your program.
You too. I'm a Yankee Doodle dandy, a Yankee Doodle do or die. A real life nephew of my Uncle Sam's, born on the 4th of July. I've got a Yankee Doodle sweetheart, she's my Yankee Doodle joy. Yankee Doodle came to London just to ride the ponies. I am a Yankee Doodle boy. My country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. And when my father died, land of the pilgrim's pride, from every mountainside, let freedom ring. Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber ways of grain, for purple mountain majesties above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed his grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood, from sea to shining sea. Over hill, over dale, when we hit the dusty trail, and our caissons go rolling along. Hear them shout in and out, counter marching right at camp, while our caissons go rolling along. Then it's high, high, in the field artillery, call out your number loud and strong. For wherever we go, you will always know that our caissons go rolling along, that our caissons go rolling along. From the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli, we will fight our country's battles in the air, on land or sea. First to fight for right and freedom, and to keep our honor clean.
are proud to claim the title of the United States Marines. You're a grand old flag, you're a high-flying flag, and forever in peace may you wave. You're the emblem of the land I love, the home of the free and the brave. Every heart beats true 'neath the red, white, and blue, where there's never a post or break. But should all acquaintance be forgot, keep your eye on the grand old flag. Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord. He is trampling out the vintage where the grapes of wrath are stored. He hath loosed the faithful lightning of his terrible sword. His truth is marching on. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. His truth is marching on. Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets reclaimed the months were singing. Gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you for joining us today and helping make this program a success. While you are here, please stop in the Media Center and check out the book fair. A great way to support education is by putting books in the hands of readers. We ask that younger elementary students be dismissed first, beginning with kindergarten. Thank you and have a wonderful day.
see him. What you up to? You put the band up for us? You guys are little innocent deer. I can't wait to talk, right?